Wanna go dumb? Yeah, I need that. We don't give up. Where my girls at? Wanna cop this Louis V bag? Born to slay, I'm counting up, talking to the boss. Keep following my lead, yeah, I got the sauce. It's dripping off me. Forget the cost, your budget is cheap. I'm living so lavishly, get it like me. Gold, gold, shine my feel like it's from below. Never chase, only choose what we own. But you got me, but you don't. No, no, be like you knew me from way back before. Well, it ain't like that no more. Hop in and find my nose. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Credit card, no limit, all of my girls win it, Selfie in 1 minute, like lights, camera, action, yeah. Credit card, no limit, they all know who did it, do it for the gram, pin it, like lights, camera, action, running it, running it, running it up, running it up, up, running it, running it, running it up, running it up.
What's going on, guys? It's Gene, aka LS Turbo Intake, and welcome to my channel. Alright guys, we've done a lot of videos on the Porsche, did a couple on the BMW, but now it's time to put some energy back into my Nissan Titan. It is lifted, however, it has been parked in my driveway for about 2 years. All I've been doing is keeping up with the battery, but what happened about a couple years back is the rear lift shackle snapped. And right after that snapped, I ordered some new ones. Never got a chance to get it put in because I've been so busy. Finally, my Radflow coilovers snapped also. And that's due to the Ohio weather here during the winters with all the salt on the road. It just corrodes and rusts and just eats at your body. Normally what I do is once a year, I'll spray Rust-Oleum Black underneath the carriage and pretty much hit anything metal. And I've been doing that for the past 5-6 years. I let 1 year go by and that's all it took. But let me show you what I'm talking about. All right guys, here's my Nissan Titan. All right guys, here's my Nissan Titan. It is a 2008, lifted about 8.5 inches. I do have the Maxtrac spindle lift along with the Radflow coilovers, Bilstein rear shocks, Dirt King upper control arms, running fuel hostage wheels. These are 20s on 35-inch mud tires. Got to swap out these mud tires. As you can see, they're going flat on me. And just real brutal during the winter time, just like driving on bricks. But that's the truck, guys. Love this thing. It's done so much for me. But I do need to put some energy back into the truck. So we're going to get it back together. I've got a lot of parts on order. We'll go over the parts, but let me show you what I'm talking about as far as the rear shackle snapping. You guys see that? Literally went through the bed. I remember when we went to Sam's Club, didn't even notice that the truck was like this. But once we came back to the truck, dropped the tailgate, I was wondering why the truck looked slanted. Then I realized that the rear shackle actually snapped just because of all the corrosion. So it's a simple repair, but you can see how much the truck is leaning. So right now I got a jack stand underneath. I need to get new tires. There's still some pretty good meat on it. Because it sits so long, the valve stem actually cracks just from all the heat and the cold just going back and forth. Same thing on this one. You guys see that? Look at the valve stem. And then you can hear the air coming out. So we're gonna go ahead. We're still gonna put 35-inch tires, but we're gonna go from mud terrains to all terrains. And let me tell you, these mud terrains handle the snow weather conditions just fine. Now, like I said, because I didn't get to that rear shackle in time, I let the truck sit. And basically, I was gonna put some time to get to it. And unfortunately, just been busy with the BMW and the Porsche and all these car vents. I let it sit, and basically, the coilover snapped. You can actually see where it went through the top hat. Okay, isn't that crazy? Just rusted right through, and you can see where the spring actually snapped. I don't know if you see that spring right there. That's actually snapped right there. And then on the other side, you can see where it collapsed right here. These are the Dirt King uppers, so those are still good. I did order a new rebuild kit, so it's gonna get new upper ball joints and bushings. We're gonna rebuild those. Now I did talk to Michael over at CJD Racing, and he was telling me I can order new coil springs for the Radflows, but you know, they're just kind of old and worn. And plus, if you look at the perch or where the threads are, where it screws, where you make your adjustments, when you thread it onto this sleeve right here, it's just kind of rusted out. So the spindles are good. These are the Maxtracs. And the upper control arm from Dirt King is still good as well, like I said. I got the new rebuild kit on the way. As far as the brakes, look how rusted out they are. You know, let's get my creeper. Hopefully you guys are picking all this up, but you can see the brakes are pretty much shot. So I've got brand new rotors. I've got brand new calipers and pads coming in. We are also going to replace the inner and outer tie rods. We're going to replace the extended sway bar links I had ordered from PRG. And look at the condition of the coilovers. Those are the rad flows. Pretty much any state that's got snow and they use salt, it just totally eats away at your suspension. That's why I don't drive my Porsche during the winter times, you guys. Right here, these are the SPC cam bolts. So I also ordered new cam bolts. Also, all the OEM hardware from the lower ball joints, the struts, the rear shocks, I ordered all brand new. So the hardware is now sitting in my garage. So lower control arms, I've got some new ones on the way. So with the Radflow coilovers, we are going to replace those with the Bilstein 5100s. It'll pretty much be pre-assembled already with the coils. The Maxtrac spindle right here still can be reused. So pretty much when I take everything apart, we're going to go ahead and sand everything down on the spindle. And we're going to go ahead and repaint it or maybe get them powder coated. Here's the calipers. Probably can reuse them, but I'm afraid they may be sticking. So I was just better off buying some brand new ones. I did change the oil on this already. For the transmission, we are going to do a flush. We'll take care of that, get a whole new pan, new gaskets, and flush the fluids out so it's all brand new. There's the driver's side. Look how corroded the rotors are, as well as the lower control arm. But we got all brand new stuff coming in. Here's the drive shaft assembly. I did replace this. These are the mounts. I did replace these. Probably a good idea to replace them again, but I'll see what it looks like once we get the truck going. So we're just kind of cruising underneath you guys, just to give you guys an idea of the condition. With the drive shaft axle, we're going to actually sand it all down, get all that rust off, and then repaint it black again. Now the exhaust, still holding, but I do want to replace it. It is getting a lot of corrosion and rust. And here are my traction bars by CJD Racing. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to sand everything down and then repaint everything. Now as far as the leaf kit, we are going to replace the hardware. We're going to replace this hardware here. I've got some new hardware for the top. So I already reached out to Deaver. So they will be sending me a brand new set of hardware. Here's the rear brakes. Really needs to be replaced. So I do have rear calipers, rotors, and pads coming in as well. Let's get a behind shot so you can see the condition of the brakes. As far as the rear suspension, I do have 4-inch lifting blocks with U-bolts. So I did order a brand new Maxtrac 4-inch block kit again. So we'll have brand new U-bolts as well as the supporting brace underneath. As far as the rear diff, everything looks good. We're going to go ahead and flush out the rear diff. And we are going to install the new air breather kits that I see people installing just because the factory breather just doesn't do the job. I was supposed to do that back in the day, never got around to it. But look at the whole rear assembly. The leaf spring is okay according to Deaver. So I'm basically going to sand everything down, respray it black. But we do have new rear shackles. Look at how brittle that is. The OEM brace is still fine, but we do have new hardware. Like I said, I ordered new hardware. That is now sitting on my bench. And as far as the rear hitch, it's pretty rusted, you guys. I did see one online from Z1 Motorsports. I think it was like 450 bucks. I may just replace this whole assembly. Just because if you're towing something, you don't want to take a chance of that falling off or snapping. So like I said, guys, everything's going to be brand new. We got new Bilstein 5125s coming in for the rear shocks. And I also ordered the new bolts for those as well, so I can replace the bolts on top and the bottom. But yeah, you guys, look at the condition. We need to get this truck back into the mix. All right, guys, so I do have quite a bit of parts coming in, so we'll get back to it as soon as everything gets in. I'll sit down and go over everything that we're doing. Should be back running in no time. These are the unicorns because the Nissans did not have very many long beds made. And one of the great things about these long beds is, man, you can put so much stuff back here. And the truck is a lot larger than your normal size Nissan Titans with the standard bed. So pretty much this is a beast. I'm also thinking of, I'll probably get some body work done, but eventually we'll end up wrapping the truck satin black. I want a black on black truck, and this is the opportunity for me to do it. Also, we'll probably do a refresh on the front bumper, probably get a new front bumper, new grills. I do have new lights. And for the step bars, basically gonna strip it down and re-powder coat them black again. They are the Iron Cross Automotive dual steps. Should I remove the flares? I may. It's pretty faded. I know I can get them redone in black, so I'll try to clean them up and see if I can get them to stay black. But there's the new headlights right there, you guys. I've ordered these about 3 years ago. They're just sitting up here, so it's about time to get these guys on. What's going on, guys? So those video clips were from earlier spring. We are now fall time. Most of the car shows are all done. The only event I have left is SEMA, but really, I don't have anything going on with the Porsche or the BMW. So it's time to work on the truck. Put my glasses on, kind of bright outside. Pretty windy. Hopefully it's not picking up too much wind. All right, you guys, I've got the truck moved over to the side. So pretty much this is where the truck is gonna sit until everything is said and done. As you can see, I did swap out, what the hell is that? You guys seen that? It's like a leaf, but it's like grasshopper or something. That's kind of crazy. All right, he's moving. I don't want him jumping on me. Anyways, we got so much that we're gonna do to this truck. So pretty much I've got my stocks back on. As you guys can see from the earlier video clips, I had my mud tires on, but they were just shot. I did reach out to the forum and I was asking, hey, the tires still have some pretty good meat on it. Can I use it? Unfortunately, what they're telling me is because there are cracks on the sidewall and whatnot, it's a pretty good idea not to use those tires. So we're gonna order some new ones. But like I did mention, we are not going with the mud terrains. We are gonna go with some type of all-terrain type tires because I do want to start using the truck to tow my vehicle. And just rolling on muds, just that humming noise. All you guys know with mud tires what that noise I'm talking about. I used to run muds on all my trucks, but now it's just time to go with something normal. So it's still gonna have a little bit of beefier sides and stuff like that with the sidewall blocks. So I do want to have something like that. And some of the all-terrain tires do have that somewhat hybrid kind of like all-terrain mud tire. So I'm still not sure what kind of tire we're going to go with, but it still will be a 35-inch tire. I have been debating back and forth whether to yank these fender flares off, but I'm not sure. I kind of like it, but at the same time, it is taking away from the width of the tires. At least with the stocks, they sit in, but when I do have my 20s, they do stick out and they're about flush. I did have spacers on before. I used to have these 2-inch spacers, but what happened was it does put a lot of stress on your hubs. Being a 2-wheel drive, there's not a whole lot in the middle part, and eventually, I remember a while back we did hit a pothole and it was so loud I was kind of worried about maybe some kind of damage it may have done. And sure enough, not more than a week or two later, we're driving down the road. Thank God we were only doing 35 miles an hour. The steering wheel started to shimmy and all of a sudden the driver's side drops and I see my tire coming across me. And next thing you know, I see it bouncing into the cornfields. Because my brake caliper and rotor was part of the wheel assembly, I lost all my brakes, and next thing you know, the only reason the car stopped, and I'll post some pictures, was a spindle basically digging into the road. That was the only reason. Other than that, I couldn't steer, I couldn't do nothing. I just had to wait till the truck came to a complete stop. Thank God we weren't on the freeway doing 55, 60, because we were just on that maybe not more than 10 minutes before the incident happened. So a lot of stuff we're gonna do, you guys. I don't want to use this front bumper anymore. I do want to put the stock one back on, just because we are planning on wrapping the vehicle. And this one is more like a polyplane front bumper, and it's not very steady. As you can see, it's kind of sloping there in the middle. So I am going to go ahead and we're going to get a new front bumper. Also, we're going to do some body work here. We're going to sand everything down, make sure it's all nice and smooth. And you guys can see the clear is actually coming up. But we're also going to order a new rear tailgate just because I don't like all the rust that's going on. And I am thinking about changing out the rear bumper here as well, so I may have to pick up one of those. But for now, guys, what we're gonna do is all the parts have came in, so I'm gonna take you back inside because right now they're like furniture in my house and the wife isn't too happy about it. I don't mind because I get to look at it all the time. All right. Like I mentioned on the earlier video clips, we did go with the Bilsteins. I did go through CJD Racing, and he had these already pre-assembled with the 4x4 coilovers. And I just didn't want to do it myself. So it was just easier for me to pay and have them pre-assembled. We do have the 5125 rear shocks. That's currently what I'm running in my truck now. And we are going to swap out my PRG extended sway bar links. I just ordered the same set. Here's the breather kit for the rear diff. So here's the new front lower control arms. And here's the U-bolt kit from Maxtrac, as well as new 4-inch blocks from Maxtrac. So we're going to go ahead and swap those out. Here are the inner and outer tie rods. We're going to swap those out. And here is the upgraded energy suspension bushings for the rear shocks. So that'll be in the upper and lower. Also from SPC, we did order new cam bolts because the ones I have now are pretty much rusted. And like I said, you guys, we're doing a full rebuild and I'm putting all new parts. So pretty much these are the sway bar Endlinks, but I'm not going to use them since I do have the ones from PRG. But these did come with the kit when I ordered the tie rod. So that's what these are. And here's the rebuild kit for the upper control arms from Dirt King. So you can swap them out, and it does come with the new Prothane super grease. And I believe this is part of the kit for the rebuild. Now here's the hardware I was talking about, you guys. These are all new bolts and nuts. This is going to replace every hardware of the suspension system, from the upper control arms, the lower control arms, the struts, okay? What we're also going to do, you guys, is we are replacing these spindles. Just because I've had them snap on me before, I did go back with Timken because I heard the Timken brand is pretty much OEM. So we're going to replace both sides when we swap out the old one. And here's the front brake calipers, you guys. We got the left and the right. Here's the rear calipers. We've got new rotors as well, and hardware for the brakes. Here's the front pads. You got some brake cleaner here, and then those are the rear brakes. So as you can see, guys, a complete rehaul. I mean, Ohio roads, at least during the winter times with all the salt, it's always a good idea to make sure you guys always spray the undercarriage area after winter season. I usually do, but for some reason I missed it, and now you gotta pay for it. This is everything, you guys. And I'll post down in the description below on where I got everything. So family, if you're interested in the Nissan Titan build, be sure to hit those post notifications. That way when those videos drop, you guys are going to be notified. With that being said, guys, if you like the content, please consider subscribing. Hit those post notifications. That way every time I drop my videos, you guys will be notified. And if you guys have any questions or any comments, be sure to post them below. You guys can also follow me on Instagram at LSTurboInte. And as always, guys, hit that like button. It really does help with my channel. So really, guys, the big question is where to start. And I really think I'm gonna go ahead and start with the upper control arms from Dirt King. I've got the rebuild kit, so we're gonna start on that just because that's what's holding the spindle and the wheel and everything else together. So we'll start from the top. Once we complete that, then we'll start on with the struts, as well as all the lower control arm assemblies. So really nothing in particular order. We're just gonna kind of wing it as I go. It's just been a while since I've done any suspension work on the Nissan, but I am gonna start with the upper control arms with the rebuild kit from Dirt King. So, all right guys, let's get the wheel off, let's get the car up on jack stands and start tearing things apart.